Psalm 4. When you're discouraged, turn to God. So here's what we'll do. There's basically three parts to this psalm. And so what we'll do is we'll basically ask three questions just to kind of walk through, just to kind of divide up our time, okay? And this is the way it'll kind of go this morning a little bit. There will be some instructions or principles, obviously, that he's going to teach here. But just let me just know this. Like, really what we'll do is I just want us to observe what he's doing. I want us to observe his prayer. I want us to observe the things that he does. And then at the end, the application is this, that you would do it. That you would do exactly as David's instructing for us to do, that you would indeed, you and I would turn to God, okay? So if you take notes, here is the first question that'll look at the first part of it, and it's this. Number one, how do we turn to God? So when we're turn to God, and the question is, what do you mean? How do we turn to God? Do we physically turn? Well, what is this whole idea of turn to God? And simply stated, this is what we mean, and this is what obviously David reveals to us, is what it means to turn to God is to turn to God in prayer. It means to turn to Him and pray. This is this whole idea. Our prayer is the means in which we conversate and commune and talk to God. And so this is the whole point that he's making of what does it mean to turn to God? It means to turn to Him in prayer. Now, one of the things I just want you just to notice about this whole prayer, and again, I think it contrasts many times for us. When we're discouraged, usually when we're discouraged, we usually complain. We usually talk to somebody, vent our frustrations. We sometimes, maybe if somebody's criticizing us, we'll begin to devise how we'll turn it around on them, whatever it may be. And sometimes that's what we typically do when we're discouraged. I want you to notice what he does. He doesn't turn to people, but he turns to the Lord. And this is, I think, just this wisdom of what he tells us is, again, I'm not saying you can't go talk to people, because there's something good about talking to people, for sure. But our first response is not to go talk to people, to complain, to grumble. Our first response when we're discouraged, when we're met with these seasons, is what David does. And David does this first. He turns to the Lord in prayer. Now, one of the things, and we're going to make a list real quick, but I want you, just as we read through this, I just want to make a list of characteristics just to describe his prayer. Just the characteristics in which he shows as he should be in our prayer as we pray, okay? And the good thing is they all start with an H, so they should be easy for you to remember, all right? So if you take notes, here prayers. First is honest. His prayer is very honest. Answer me when I call to you.